It's called medical tourism, taking trips to a foreign country for a medical procedure. Some folks on a tight budget are finding it very cost effective.
But what other costs or dangers are there? Our Diane Lee looks into the risks involved in this 7 News original reporting exclusive.
Here in America, even if you have good insurance, it often doesn't cover elective procedures like weight loss surgery. Tonight, we compare two people who both had gastric sleeve surgery, one in Anderson, the other in Mexico. And American doctors weigh in on what patients need to know before crossing the border.
Let's go.
Sometimes the weight of past trauma is nearly impossible to shed.
Come on, Sal.
I've even tried committing suicide. That's how bad my depression got.
My parents died relatively young. My mom was 40, my dad was 42, my brother was 30 when he passed away. So obesity ran in the family.
For Stephen Smith from Piedmont and Erica Cathy from Williamston, food had been a long-time comfort from the pain of childhood experiences.
He used to tape up the mirror, so I wouldn't be able to see myself. I struggled for years to even look in the mirror at myself.
This is my wedding band. It doesn't fit anymore, obviously.
After years of unsuccessful dieting and failing health, both Smith and Cathy decided weight loss surgery could be a lifesaver.
I went to the doctor and I had been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And as soon as that happened, I'm like, you know what? I have got to do something, because if I don't take control of this now, I could lose a foot or a leg or my life, and I just couldn't leave my son and my wife just there with nobody.
Smith, who got his procedure in August of 2018, has insurance that covered $14,000 of the total bill. Cathy's insurance did not cover any of the $20,000 tab. So last month, after talking with her doctor, she went to Mexico.
He looked at me like, whoa, hold on, why are you choosing Mexico? I finally explained it to him, and he's like, okay, let's do this test and do this test before you go. My results, I came back fine, and he's like, okay, come back to see me as soon as you get home.
Both patients underwent the same procedure called gastric sleeve, which removes nearly 3/4 of the stomach. Smith spent $6,000 out of pocket at AnMed since his insurance covered the rest. Cathy spent a few hundred less, including the airfare and hotel stay, again with no help from insurance. AnMed Health bariatric surgeon Dr. Peter Bechtel admits he has not personally seen or read about Americans suffering major complications from getting the procedure done in Mexico, but adds right now the American Society for Metabolic and Bariatric Surgery advises against it.
It's hard to know about the quality of the facility. It's hard to know about the quality of the surgeon. It's hard to know if you'll get a standard procedure versus some kind of modified procedure. And it's hard to know if the surgeon will give you what's best for you or what's maybe exploiting you or what's best for them.
Bechtel says in the least, patients should make sure they get copies of the operative record, which explains exactly what the surgeon did, as well as any x-rays, swallow studies, or CAT scans done post-surgery. That way, American doctors can follow up if need be. Cathy also warns,
do the research on the doctor before making a complete decision itself.
She says one hospital in Mexico required cash, which would have made for dangerous travel. Cathy opted for a go-between called Quality Medical Facilitators. The company says it vets the hospital and doctors and recommends potential patients contact former patients to get honest reviews.
A big red flag for me would be very low prices. I see at times that there are companies offering prices that are very, very low. I would be suspicious of that.
Wherever the surgery occurs, patients should be aware of the 10-year success rate, which is defined as losing 50% of the excess body weight. For sleep patients, that's 68%. For gastric bypass, 76%.
So this is a picture of me summer 2018.
Wow, I don't even recognize you.
Smith dropped 150 pounds in 1 year and is running triathlons.
I look at myself now and how I feel and how other people perceive me, and I never again.
Sit up for me.
Cathy, who just began her journey, is already seeing life-changing results.
After 2 weeks, I dropped 20 pounds, and I'm no longer diabetic. I no longer have high blood pressure.
She's hopeful someday her story will fall in line with the success Smith has seen, and is grateful for an international option that opened her world to a procedure that was once out of reach. Kathy says she has had no complications from the surgery and feels better than ever. Meanwhile, Smith says since he maxed out his deductible when he got his surgery in 2018, his wife, who also qualified, got hers the same year at no cost. In the studio, Diane Lee, 7 News.
And we have a link to more on bariatric surgery as well as the medical facilitator for Mexico that we mentioned on WSPA.com.